Hello Pisces, and welcome to my channel Green Line Goddess Tarot. Gosh, we've got animal dramas happening at the moment. There's a water dragon by the pool and Miss Stella, my cat, is out there looking at it. And then the dogs are looking at between the fence, looking at her, looking at the water dragon, and everybody's just having a sense of, oh, okay, there's this like tension here. There's this triangular energy that's coming on. And it's like, ooh, Stella's walked off. She's like, I'm not interested. The dogs are like, I don't know if this is something, a threat, and I need to worry about this water dragon. And I feel like this is all relevant because it could be quite literally this sense of triangulation, like love triangles, third person energies that are coming up in terms of what's coming up as themes for the week, because we are moving into Scorpio season, your fellow water sign. It's going to be intense. We have a new moon occurring on the 25th of October in the sign of Scorpio at 2 degrees of Scorpio, and this is going to be conjunct Venus. It is a partial solar eclipse, so eclipses bring in change. But because Venus is there, she's in the dark moon, and she's kind of going, I'm in a Mars-ruled sign. She's not entirely comfortable at all. And Pluto also rules Scorpio. Mars and Pluto rule Scorpio, so Pluto, the planet of the underworld, and Venus is like going, I'm in this place where not comfortable. I'm working with the shadow, but I'm seeing that some things that I'm seeing here and working with, here comes Miss Stelly by the window now. The things that I'm working with here could potentially transform aspects of my life, particularly those Venusian aspects, which are to do with love, resources, and how you're feeling valued, like your self-worth. And so there's sort of things that you're working with the Scorpio Pluto energy coming in as well. There's this sense of looking at control and power. How in control or powerful are you feeling in these aspects of your life? And how can you transform that? So, and what's yours and what's somebody else's? That we're kind of getting this confused like triangulation energy. Have you been dealing with third-party situations, or is it like, a case of like siblings, the working out the dynamics of siblings or family or friends? It's more than one person that's coming in here, which is why you got the Two of Pentacles. You're juggling energies. This is a situation coming in. It's looking like wanting to bring in some kind of balance with juggling energies, especially with the Nine of Pentacles can be to do with resources. So we're looking at money and home and abundance around the home. But the Queen of Wands is also the fire. That's the passion. It's what is it that you truly desire. And that's something that could be happening here deep down. Is this something I want, or is it something somebody else wants? Or is it something that is being bounced back to me and I don't know whose is who and who wants what energy? So then I'm kind of caught in this balancing act here in the center here with the Two of Pentacles between what I really want and perhaps to do with like material needs, and it's just an interesting balancing act that's coming through. So I think we're seeing the resources of the Nine of Pentacles plus also the passion and desire of relationships with the Queen of Wands. So yeah, we can see that you're working through a lot of things there. Let's look at the higher potential of the situation. The Nine of Pentacles is also like, I just want to talk quickly, briefly about that, is that this is where somebody's really happy in their own skin. So if you are single, it's kind of like, oh, I'm happy being pretty independent and in my own skin, but then I'm ambivalent about the fact that there's these desires here that I want. So maybe something isn't really being fulfilled. And same within a relationship, perhaps there's just something that's lurking there under the surface that wants to come up and be kind of seen in a way. So let's look at the higher potentials of this energy that's coming in, the higher potentials of the energy. So, and it's kind of like the Nine of Pentacles is like, I'm happy to do this on my own. The Queen of Pentacles is like, yeah, but I'd really love to have someone to do it with. And then it's like, oh, okay. So working through that, my goodness, you got the Tower, boom, as the higher potential. This is the card that is so eclipse-like. It's like activated change. That's not right for you anymore. Boom, we're showing you that. Release and revelation, potentially. You're releasing yourself from this triangular energy. the triangulation, where your energy's merging with other people's and something's not clear, whether it's yours or somebody else's. And there's revelations around this, what it is that you truly desire. And so this could be really fantastic. You're releasing an energy that felt like it could have been trapped or pent up in some way, or subjugated, like it feels like there could have been some sort of like, you need to, this could be a little bit of letting off of hot air for some of you, but I do feel like there's this revelatory energy that can free you, which is really fantastic. That's the higher potential. And the Tower does represent change. So it is saying that this activation, eclipse activation, is the blessing that's coming in here with this. Let's look at what's going on in the shadow, because we know Venus is doing a lot of shadow work. She's working with the underworld. Oh, we've got Temperance. Okay, that's a nice energy to come through when we're looking at that. I mean, the Temperance energy is around balance. It's around working with two different energies, making things work. You know, it's finding balance between the two different elements here. So it's looking at, you know, what's been out of balance, quite literally. There's something being out of balance here. And the Temperance energy is looking at how you can restore balance. And that's kind of what is really truly aligned to you. If we go deep down into that shadow work, how can you restore that? How are you trying to work with, like, you know, two different energies? The Two of Pentacles is where you know, it's a balancing act, but you're still working with these two different energies. So whether it's like somebody, you got two other people you're working with, or two jobs, or however it's working here. And the Temperance energy is finding the flow and the alignment. It's a catalyst. It's an alchemical shift. And so it's where, you know, water meets fire energy. And instead of just creating hot steam and hot air, they're actually making it work. So it might be you and somebody else who's very, very different. You've got different ideas and you can be making it work in some way, or that it just feels like you're doing something that just didn't seem to fit into your world, but somehow you're making it work here and finding the alignment and getting some very intangible messages coming through about how this can affect your relationships and your resources. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's really fantastic energy to come through for you. Let's see. And the Temperance energy can also be very calm. So this is kind of interesting because it's almost like the Temperance is calm. The Tower is like release. It's like the hot head. Like they're showing me like a geyser, like spurting out, like. And so it's like this very interesting, the higher potential is this release, whereas the shadow work is where have you remained calm even when there was just these things under the surface that are ready to kind of be released, and you had to remain calm in a situation, but ultimately there are feelings that need to come out here, or desires that need to come out. So, yeah, fascinating. Let's look at what can be challenging aspects or energy for you. Okay, we've got Pentacle 5, Venus, Taurus. It is reversed, but I just wanted to turn it up the right way. So here comes the Venus that likes being in Taurus. Venus rules Taurus, but she's finding herself in the opposite sign of Scorpio. So she's like, I've got to work with different energies I'm not used to, which is why we're seeing here with the flow of working with the different energies and going, okay, this is something that potentially I would prefer to just avoid or not work with, but here I am finding the flow and finding a way to work with it. And the Star card is where you're being it's interesting because, yeah, I'm getting this sense of oneness. Again, we can see the two cups flowing into the source, like everything flows into one. So there's a oneness here of being guided into oneness, but part of the challenge of that is really discerning what's yours and what's somebody else's. So it's strangely, that could be a challenge that's coming through. The Pentacle 5 Venus Taurus is also about where something has not, that's all about being undervalued or feeling undervalued in some way. So that could also be a challenge that you're presenting challenging energies that you can overcome, and then you receive the blessings when you overcome that, which is really lovely. And the blessing of the Star is being very divinely guided and, hope being restored. So that's really lovely. So let's actually look at what is supporting this energy, what's making it easier, what's making it more helpful, and what's what's on your side when it comes to just working with this energy. So let's see what's supporting, what energies are supporting. Okay. Interesting. In you come, Cup 8, Neptune, Pisces. Okay. So it's kind of funny because, yeah, it's sometimes the Aquarius energy can be a little bit in your head and not emotionally connected. So that could be the challenge that comes through with it as well. But it's sort of got Saturn and Uranus there where it's saying you can change some of the old structures and bring something new in around that. Interestingly, we have Neptune and Pisces coming through the Cup 8 where the energies that are helping you is showing you are your emotions, quite literally. Your emotions are the energies that are going to help you what's feeling right, what isn't feeling right. That's really going to help you what feels fulfilling, what doesn't. And so there's, a sense of being able to even the Neptunian energy can be really creative as well. There could be some creativity that comes through that helps you. And it is interestingly that sense of, strangely, I'm getting the words disillusionment. So it's where you're seeing yourself, you're kind of getting disillusioned, or you're seeing that something just really isn't clear, that's where it's easy to move on from and easy to kind of detach from that in some way emotionally. So you're able to kind of let go of what needs to let go of and to find the balance and bring something back into alignment. So, yeah, it's interesting because I think something just is not going to be feeling right, not going to be feeling fulfilling. And that's actually going to make it easier to kind of, say, all right, I want to bring something back into alignment and step into fulfillment. So, yeah, interesting. So let's see. Let's pull a fairy card. Let's pull a fairy card and see what's coming through for you, Pisces. It's interesting because okay, so what they're showing me here with the star cards is these are two separate cups pouring in, and it's not fulfilling, this sense of you're not feeling not connected, or that two elements are not working together. Whereas the thing that with the Neptune energy is actually brings it all, so it's all working together, and it's this sense of harmony that comes through with that. So that's the thing that's actually really this sense of finding the integration, finding the harmony when it felt like there was a separation. So, yeah, interesting. Okay, let's pull, especially when it comes to love and relationships. So let's pull a card. We have the Lorm. Okay, so, yeah, the Lorm is interesting when it comes to what we've been talking about, because this fairy has been through the storm. You can see her wings are damaged, but it's time for a pause, for reflection. She's been through it. She's on the other side. She can rest now. And it's this sense of you've been through a storm, so that you have encountered some kind of damage along the way, however that's presented, but whether it's emotional, psychological, financial, something's happened. You've weathered the storm. But now you've got this moment of contemplation, release, revelation that comes through, where you can really do this South Node energy of karmically letting something go that you know now needs to be let go of. So, yeah, it's fascinating. So it's almost like you're not fighting against something, you're working with the energy now, which is where it didn't quite make sense, how you couldn't quite see how that could make sense previously. So that's part of the revelation. So let's see what is coming through. So balance is being potential for balance to be restored here. Let's see what else. What animal spirit energy is coming through for Pisces? So I get, sitting with the energy is actually going to be really positive. Not so much doing, but the sitting and just allowing the energies to play out. Wow. You got the dragon. Speaking of spirit coming in super strong, here comes the dragon. That little circle there represents spirit, and the dragon eye is looking right at you. This represents your soul seeing you, looking at you, saying, I'm by your side. And I see all aspects of you, and I see how some things haven't been working, but we can make it work together now. And you and something else, like whether it's your resources or a particular aspect of your relationship or how you are in love and relationships, we can start making it work so it's more fulfilling, so it brings in this balance, which is really beautiful. So that sense of how you're perceiving and seeing something or someone is really going to shift and change with this dragon energy. So fantastic. And yeah, part of the revelation that's coming through here. So that's it. That's your reading, Pisces. Thanks so much for joining me. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. Always love to read your comments. If you're interested in any of my services, the link for that is in the description box below. That's tarot readings, healings, gift certificates, 2023 overview. And take care, Pisces. Look forward to seeing you next time.